All right.
So we live right now. I want you to go ahead, if you can, check out your Facebook page and pull up the actual feed to see what it sounds like. Because I had clicked out the echo cancellation button, but I don't know if that did it. Check out your Facebook page and pull up the actual feed to see what it sounds like.
It sounds good, I think.
It sound good. Out the echo cancellation button, but I don't know if that did it. Your Facebook page and pull up the actual feed to see what it sounds like. It sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's a bet. Let me go ahead and send you this invite again. Oh, hold on. Let me close that. Let me close this out.
Be right back.
Oh, we're still searching for you.
Nah.
And you and your there we go.
And so this is good too.
Y'all know what it is. It's show.
So now there's cool.
All right.
I remember last time you were saying how people think for some reason people think you're the best man. Still the dude I got beat. Like all that stuff he was going off on. I think that's how people was thinking about me. Like when I was in Oregon, when I was teaching over here, this and that. I mean, I'd be going through dudes, and I had to tell him, nah, man, there's this one dude. His name is Philip Douglas.
He used to say he didn't want no trouble, and that's all he wanted.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna try this. Okay, I'm not your way. I don't want no trouble. Just trying to get a little chest in. Goodness, you're so aggressive. I don't want no trouble, right? Look. Hey, I don't want no trouble, man. I'm just trying to play a little chess. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. We'll come here.
That's what's crazy is in that you saw in that writing piece I did, how I mentioned I just went off raw talent. So when I was in high school, picked up a chessboard. I was just going off raw talent, my ability to plan ahead, my ability to see things.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have no real training or no real understanding of the game. I just played, and then that's why you would beat me so easily.
I mean, I would, what's training though?
Like learning the fundamentals of chess. Like any sport, like you have fundamentals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fundamentals of chess being develop your pieces, control the center, stuff like that. And it wasn't until you gave me those books. Would you take a pawn?
Nah, I ain't taking nothing. No, I just get a little chickadee. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Little chickadee.
Yeah.
I mean, but even when I was giving you those books too, I wasn't reading them at the time.
Oh, for real? You just had them or what?
Even still, like right now, I'm not big on the chess books.
Oh, no.
The only reason why I picked them up was so that I can learn what the chess notation is.
Oh, for
real. Because to be honest with you, I'd be lost trying to keep up with the books and stuff like that, and what is it? In the just trying to learn some shit. You know what I mean? Goodness, that's aggressive. Look at you. Whole time just trying to play a little chess. And my man, if you want some, we're gonna go ahead. This is a little snippet that we doing. We just testing it out just to see how the sounding and everything is looking and stuff like that. But yeah, if you want in, I can definitely cut you in. That's definitely not a problem.
Man, going after that rook, huh?
I don't want no trouble.
That's what you said. You keep saying that, but your the queen out here trying to do something.
Hey, I don't want no trouble. I'm just trying to play a little chess. Nothing more,
Man,
nothing less. You know what I mean? That is it. That
that's
is it.
not it.
But even when, looking at the games too, because what I have to get back into is actually writing down my moves. You know what I mean? Because and when you do play in a chess tournament, you do have to write down your moves and submit your paper, at the end of every game. So, and I know that when I do write down my moves when I'm playing, it fucks my thinking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goodness. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble.
And so where I was going with the formal training though is so like right now I'm looking at this, man. Like you've already disrupted from the get go. You've already disrupted my like defenses. Broken through a lot of stuff. Took a rook. Um, my king's exposed. He's out. Um, it's not good. It's not looking good for me at all right now.
And the whole time, I don't want any trouble.
Keep saying that.
Whole time, I don't want any trouble. Oh man! All right, I'm about to get out your way very soon.
And the way I go, well, I don't know how serious I am about chess. I really just enjoy it. It's like a little hobby for me. But if I really wanted to improve, man, I would start reading books. I would start studying everything, because those books you gave me, they really got me going. Um, Lord,
And I don't know. You can say I ain't get serious with chess until I still don't know if I'm still serious about it. You know what I mean? Just because I'm still looking at it from goodness, that is aggressive.
I know, man. And like having this conversation distracts you, man. Like I'm seeing, after I make a move, I'm like,
Nah, you know what you're doing. But I'm still looking at it from the sense of me actually reading the books, me actually studying my games that I do play and that I do lose, you know what I mean? So I can learn from them. So
writing them down.
writing them down, the whole nine. So this is what I'm gonna do, because I see what you're trying to do, and you're trying to frick me. Yeah, you're trying to frick me. All right. I ain't gonna do that though. Let me see. Yeah, I'll do that because I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of you. Yeah, I ain't scared of you.
I was thinking about this, and I equate it to like martial arts. In the sense like I love it. It's like my passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chess is yours, martial arts is mine. And man, man.
I don't want no trouble. Just trying to save my queen right now. That's it.
It's like, man, it's hard, difficult to have a conversation and play a good chess game at the same time.
How do you I mean, even looking at your passion, which martial arts, how do you lose that passion? If it's truly a passion, how do you lose it?
Well, when you get, it's the same thing over and over and over again. I was listening to you broadcast principal, what's his name, Kafil or whatever, yesterday.
Yeah,
Whatever, what's his name?
Principal Kafele.
Kafele.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like the burnout, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one part that really resonated, so like a lot of the stuff he was saying, man, if I would have heard that graduating from college before I entered like the working world. You know, like that would have saved me a lot of trouble.
All right.
But the most recent lesson that I heard him saying, the most recent one that I learned was becoming bored with your own work.
Mm.
That leads to the burnout.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
it's not that.
And that's crazy because I was just thinking about, even with what we're doing with the virtual art of storytelling, I be trying to tell our facilitators, because this is our fourth round of facilitators that we're having for our virtual art of storytelling. We went through facilitators, we see where they need to grow at, we work with them to grow. If they want to stick around, fine. If not, we'll go through, we'll find some more interns type of thing. But I'm saying that to say, with this virtual art of storytelling, yeah, I'll go ahead and take you out. With the virtual art of storytelling, I'm starting to see firsthand, when these performers and entertainers, they go on tour and they have to repeat and do the same songs over and over and over and over and over again, and expect the audience, because the audience is new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these audiences that they had the night before in a separate city didn't hear the performance that you put on in that city because they wasn't there. And I was trying to get to them like, man, that's the kind of energy we got to have, especially in this and virtually right now. We have to have that energy because what we're doing, a lot of the stories that we're sharing, the comments that we're putting out there, the questions that we're asking aren't being heard. I'm gonna say that much. Okay, let me come here. I don't want no trouble.
Yeah, and so what? The principal, what's his name?
Kafele.
Kafela. What
Yeah.
he was saying is to prevent that from happening, you gotta constantly be reinventing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that in Oregon, man. I was teaching math, and it got to a point like, man, it just became so easy. Walk in the classroom, I ran that classroom, I knew what I was doing. I knew all the problems. By the second year, man, I knew I didn't have to read the problems no more. I just knew them. I already knew how to answer them. I just look at it, oh, this is how you do it. And it was just so easy for me. I began to get bored. And with martial arts, though, the way I prevented that is I continuously reinvented myself without knowing it. So I mentioned with boxing, right? I ended up with severe concussions, and it wasn't just boxing, man. I was in like street fights. I took knees to the nose. I've been jumped, like no, when you get jumped, there's no protection. There's no referee. And
knees to the nose. I ain't never took no knee to the nose.
Yeah, I took a knee to the nose one time. I woke up in the future. I was standing somewhere else. People were like in different places. I was
like, and I was standing in the future. All right. Yeah, I couldn't imagine taking no knee to the nose, man. Sure. That's more than fighting right there. You know what I mean?
So anyway,
that happened, we pulling out weapons. So,
so I had to stop boxing completely. Like I couldn't even spar no more. Like not even a little sparring session. And so I was like, man, what's the point? I'm gonna hit a punching bag. I already know how to hit the bag. That's no fun. The bag don't even hit back. So then I began exploring Chinese Kung Fu. Because now I can just learn new forms. I can learn to move my body in ways it's never moved before. I don't have to fight no one, but I'm like doing things. I'm kicking and jumping, spinning, doing things that I never did before.
Yeah.
Man, it's cool. And then and then jiu-jitsu, and I got into jiu-jitsu. Well, I can't get punched in the head, but I can learn some grappling. putting some groundwork, not taking no blows. But so what it did was it allowed me to constantly reinvent myself as a martial artist. And I did this, and I learned that, and I did that. Kept it exciting, kept it going. Um, I don't even know what to do. Just because I know your next move.
No, I wouldn't gonna do that.
But
I don't want no trouble. Okay.
man, so I was thinking about this the other day too. Is you know how like chess is your passion, right?
Right.
And you create, and how I was talking about we got to be the example, not just talk it.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what you did is you created your own nonprofit that allows you to do what you love. Like you created that for yourself. If you would have like high school me, if you would have told me, yeah, you can get paid to teach chess,
To play chess.
play chess, man. Yeah, right. What world do you live
Fuck
in?
out of here.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though. Like you did it, though. Right?
That's just crazy. And
Like you,
it's crazy. Early in the game, just starting it, I couldn't get people to see past the board game. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Fuck the board game. That's like it's never been about the board game. You know what I mean? And getting people to see past the actual board game was always the challenge, and that was the fucked up part to me. You know what I mean? Because these is our own people. It's telling me a chess club ain't gonna cut it, bro. A chess club ain't gonna cut it. Like, first of all, who said anything about a club? Who said anything about it? You know what I mean? So it's, man, but it's. I mean, at the end of the day, I wanted to quit. I can't
Bro.
tell you how many times I had to go get other jobs just so I can make sure that we can still do this shit. We lost contracts because I put, Malcolm in the hands of somebody else. You know what I mean? And that wasn't the whole wave. That wasn't the wave at all. So we lost contracts and shit like that too. So, that being said too, the lesson behind that is, if you're gonna do something, you're gonna stick through it. You're gonna stick to whatever the fuck you want to do and go ahead and do it. I can't tell you how many times man, and still, you know what I mean? I still get like that, but it ain't nearly as much as it was when we just started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I think a quote I heard one time, something along the lines of like, amazing things have been done by ordinary people who just kept on going.
Mm.
It's
facts. Yeah.
And it's the same thing with martial arts, man. You get beat up, you get taken knee to the nose, you get dropped
I
with
ain't
body
taking no
shots.
neither
Like,
of those.
yeah. Are you still gonna go back to the gym?
Hell no, that's it. One knee to the nose is enough for me. Sure, I know that's gonna have me crying for one. Sure, my eyes gonna tear up and everything. What you mean? That was it with when I played baseball. You know what I mean? I was kind of nice in baseball. I caught too many of them catch-ups to the throat. You know what I mean? When there's a little mound in the thing. So, I play shortstop. So there's a little mound in it. The ball will just jump up. You know what I mean? So I'm down there getting ready to get it grounded. That bitch would jump up and hit me right in the throat. But I couldn't. I'm telling you, I'm trying to cry, but I can't make no noise and nothing. It was cold. Yeah, I caught too many catch-ups to the throat. That ended my baseball career. You know what I mean? The whole career. All right.
Yeah, I remember I played Little League, and I saw a ball coming my way when I was at bat, like pitcher, throws it. I'm like, oh man, I'm a duck. Man, I ducked right into the ball.
All right. Okay.
Um, that's another thing too is you model that you're an example of someone who like no one gave you this job, like you created it, you know. And so like me, remember how like last time we're talking about how these little kids they watch these movies sometimes and it puts ideas in their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes they're not very positive ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I was younger, I used to love watching all those like karate movies, like Karate Kid and like Bloodsport. And I used to watch all those when I was 8 years old. I'm like, man, I was fascinated by it, by the martial arts, by the healing too, like the acupuncture.
Mm-hmm.
Dude get busted up, and then the guy goes in and like fixes them. I'm like, what kind of magic is that? Yeah. And so like that's been like my childhood dream since I was like
What
8
kind
years old.
of magic is that?
Man,
All right.
so I'm like working trying to create that for myself too.
That's it. I mean, and you know um, and it's something that you love too.
Yeah.
That's the you know what I mean. That's the bonus in it too. You know what I mean? Like I got 3 different careers that I absolutely love that I don't consider work. You know what I mean? And any 3 of them I could have went into. You know, the other one is silk screen printing.
Okay.
And the other one is barbershop. You know, I'm a pretty cold
Oh, for
barbershop.
real.
You know what I mean? Barberist, clipper cutter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do my thing, and I can do it with the left hand too. You know what I mean? I'm nice with both hands. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
none of them I consider work. And the thing is, I started all of them when I was young. I think that's what plays the biggest part in it is with these, you know, with everything that I'm doing right now. I learned when I was, you know,
Mm-hmm.
early teens type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was always the move. Goodness. You know, I'm just trying to play a little chess, right?
Man.
Like more, nothing less. That's it. Just a little chess. I don't want no trouble. So if you heard something, you heard wrong. All right. I'm just trying to play a little chess, man.
They say, watch their actions, not the words.
Hey, look.
I'm out looking at your moves.
Look. All right. I'm just saying, I don't want no trouble. You know what I mean? Trying to play a little chess. Nothing more, nothing less.
Shoot.
I'm even seeing too. So with the Pushin Pawns,
Mm.
how we can get that set up on here.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
just giving the lessons through here. And your chess.com is paid for, huh? But
I
you
don't
got a
know.
free one.
I got a free one, I think.
Oh, let me find out you still playing on a free version.
Whoa.
Nah,
That's
no,
supposed to
fuck with
be.
all right. Yeah, you still taking advantage of the freemium, huh? Sure.
Man, I don't even know what to do no more.
Man, that was a hell of a sigh. That thing went deep too. Sure. I don't want no trouble whatsoever. Oh. Okay.
No, it's funny how you say, you started these things when you were young. That's huge, huge. Um, you look at like a lot of the super successful people at the top of their game in anything, they start when they're little.
Mm-hmm.
Like Floyd Mayweather started boxing when he was like 4 years old. You know.
Yep.
Um, and it's just having those opportunities too.
I mean, I wouldn't, 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Uh, I learned how to play chess when I was in the 7th grade, and I started working in the community first when I was a freshman at Manual. So looking at that, and then um, let's see if I do that, and then so cutting hair. I learned that when I was like, and I'm still, and all of it, you can always get better at. It's always learning and getting better at it. You know what I mean? So, at chess, never mastered chess. You know what I mean? I'm still constantly reading chess books. Um, haven't mastered barbering. You know what I mean? There's always new ways to the new techniques and new styles and new cuts and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I still haven't mastered, silk screening too. So it's all a journey too. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, man. I remember when I was studying Chinese medicine, I had these professors. They were like from China. They had PhDs in Chinese medicine, and
mhm,
which is like a whole nother level of like the way they study over there. And I had this one professor. This guy was like a walking encyclopedia. I mean, he
mhm,
knew every single point. He knew every single herb, the properties, like memorized. He had entire textbooks memorized.
mhm. I had
And
a homie. I was locked up with. He was like a walking encyclopedia. You know what I mean? Hella knowledge. And it's crazy. I mean, to that extent, you know, the brilliance that's behind those bars, that's behind those walls, that's behind those fences. It's uncanny. You know what I mean? And when I say brilliance, I'm not using that loosely. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I had told you, but out here in the world, I beat up on people on this chessboard, and it comes easy. But when
mm-hmm,
I was in prison, I real life could not compete with these dudes, and that's crazy.
another level.
A whole nother level.
And
into it.
yeah, thing with this professor though, I always see him reading.
Mm,
Always see it like in his free time. He'd be reading. He'd be in the hallway, sitting in a chair, reading a book on Chinese medicine.
that's
Like
it.
it's already, PhD, like everything.
That's
Dude.
it.
Yeah. Um, one of the things I wanted to talk about too is
At any point you can be like, you know what, spin the board, man, run this back. You know what I mean?
I mean, at that point, I mean, the way what it's looking like, it's coming. I'm looking at the board. I'm looking at these moves, man. That point's coming.
I don't want no trouble. Just keep that in mind. You know.
um, what I was talking about though is how you gave me those books and it helped improve my game significantly.
Hmm.
Whereas before I was just going off raw talent. It's like the difference between like a street fighter and a
Hmm.
trained martial artist.
Hmm.
Um, when I used to get into a lot of street fights before I knew, some of the more advanced stuff, you're just going off your athleticism, your aggression. That's all it is. However, take someone with that same kind of strength, speed, athleticism, aggression, that same raw talent, and actually teach them,
Mm.
right? Teach them proper punching technique.
You
Teach them offense and defense, right?
you watch Dragon Ball Z, don't you? You hip to it.
I grew up on it, yeah.
So that's crazy because that seemed like that's what Frieza was saying. You know what I mean? Like if Frieza was to get some kind of training, because he was just going off of raw talent, ruling the universe and the galaxies and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like if Frieza was to get some training, man, yeah, don't have me going Dragon Ball Z on y'all. You know what I mean? Period. All right. But yeah, I can jig it though. You know what I mean? I mean, but even like I was saying too, I wasn't reading no books though.
Nah, but you
You know
had
what I
them.
mean? Like at the time, yeah, I had access to them, but when it came to actually reading them, nah, I wasn't. That wasn't happening. Um, ooh, let's go ahead and do this first. Um,
You know, and so like that's the thing with me with martial arts, man. Like it's my passion. Like I seek out to be trained by the best, professionals, people who know more than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
And and sometimes, you know, like for example, this jujitsu dude who I was learning from in the jujitsu world. This guy's like he won a few world championships,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like the first black belt from one of the racy Gracie guys or whatever. And this dude in jujitsu was good. So in a pure jujitsu match, he would like mop the floor with me, pure jujitsu. In an actual fight though, I mean, I don't think he'd be able to get me to the ground to do his jujitsu. Like in a real fight, you know, he's
Yeah.
gonna catch an elbow, trying to take me down, you know. And so, like in an actual fight, I mean, get confident, I take this dude.
Yeah.
But in a pure jujitsu match, I mean, this dude mopped the floor, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I was there, like I wasn't there trying to fight him. I was there trying to learn from him because you know something that I don't know. You're better than me at in this specific area, and I've always thought that. So right now, like I'm learning Wing Chun, and man, I'm just soaking it up,
Mm-hmm.
continuing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we might have to run this back pretty soon, man. It's not looking good at all. And
I'm
so,
telling you, man, I ain't want no trouble to begin with.
you know, and I say that to
Begin
say
with.
this. I say that to say this. And just your little catchphrase is one. If I ever get serious about this chess thing, I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna start studying. You're not even standing a chance against me, Phil.
All right. Hey, I don't want no trouble, man. We just move this piece up. That's
Man, all right, this game is over. This game's over.
I don't want no trouble.
uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to start picking up a few books, man. Shoot, I'm gonna
You seen
go.
you saw the books we got at the library, right? I mean at
Yeah,
the yeah.
yeah,
Any book you want to go ahead and grab, you have access to.
cool.
You know what I mean? And I got some more at my crib too. You know, I got like the platinum versions at my house, you know what I mean? The other ones is like the whatever you want to call it versions, you know what I mean? Well,
Yeah.
you want to run it back?
Oh man, I think I gotta go do something.
Oh, that's what happens now. That's what
No, for real.
happens.
For real. I have to do some junk removal
That's a bet.
for Candy. You know Candy.
Yeah.
I did some remodeling work, and now meet all that trash into the dumpster. So I gotta go do that right now while the sun's out and warm.
Oh yeah, bet.
It was good.
I'm gonna get with you tomorrow at 10:30 then.
Let's do it.
Already, peace.
Appreciate it.